picked up my key at the transaxle over here. Truck/trailer shop in Aberfoyle or Guelph, Ontario. So let's go check what if they did a good job. So they were replacing the boards on both sides, right? There was a big break on the driver's side, and there was a small issue on the passenger side, and then the corner under the ramp was bent and there was a cut in there. I think I hit my trailer was very low and I was going over a railroad track, and I hit the line, you know, and I stopped, but it was too late. Oh man, my truck is so clean. I love it. My car is much dirtier. All right, I was looking at my videos, and because I was mostly preoccupied with my other channel, waiting for my accordion to arrive from Russia, I noticed that the last time I did a video on this channel, it was 5 days ago. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Might as well. So I took an Uber. I called them this morning. Actually, I talked to them. Of course, now I'm pretty sure my tablet will be dead. It's a very annoying. Actually, wait a second. I think you see? Okay, now it's starting. I think I switched it off because it doesn't like the bright sun. And so I called these guys when I called them Monday, because I left the truck here Friday. But of course, you know, they have to get the boards somewhere. They had some boards, but they said they were not big enough, so they had to go find a supplier. And so they found them in Guelph somewhere here. I guess there's a sawmill or something. And they gave me ash. I still haven't seen the trailer, so we're gonna look at it together. So see, I'm using Verizon, and people keep asking me questions about what GPS I'm using. It's not a GPS, it's a tablet. So this is a Samsung, what is it called? Oh, I don't have the. I don't want to deal with that box right now. So it's okay, how much? Oh, we got 87% battery. So now I just, you know, it's not that expensive. If you already have an account, it probably costs me, I don't know, 10-20 bucks a month, but it's so much nicer to use internet based device. Except the only thing is you have to find a reliable, see, like this thing, they don't last. This is already my second one, and I have to do this. You know, they're like, and these are very expensive, you know, 35-50 bucks. But this actually does not, this is not a GPS, right? So it doesn't need a line of visibility, you know, towards a satellite. Well, maybe it does, but I'm pretty sure that this can work. And it's not very convenient to, you know, each time you have to reach out like that. So I might just buy one of those you know, cup holder things, you know, where like it looks like a cup and then it has a frame like this, or I can just drop it somewhere here. But yeah, these are annoying, you know, a cause of annoyance all the time. But you see, I have my, basically I use this even though I have my email account set up here, but I rarely type from here. But sometimes it's cool because I can watch movies, right? Because it's a Verizon, it's always on, and they don't charge me. Like I'm always running is running. Come on, see, like, but these things are not very reliable. So now let's see. So now I just need to see, it has those exclamation points. That means that the log was not signed on Friday, and these things are not very, they're very slow. I don't know what the deal is. That noise was coming. If you could hear that background hissing, it was coming from my radio, because I didn't turn off my satellite. Man, come on. How many? What is this? That's the first time I see advertising on I think we have one left for Monday, because today is Tuesday. Okay, sign, save, back. All right, so finally, all right, there was one driving event, because of course the guy had to drive, and a claim he had to move. Because when I left the truck over there near the fence, because I have the booster. Well, which reminds me, I have to unlock the booster. And I see it's all green, which means that that thing is connected. That's a Bluetooth, so it's connected to my tablet. Right, I'm almost done. Just need to add inspection. All right. So last thing we're just gonna put in here. We're gonna put Cal tire. $20 kilometers. We're gonna switch to a head mount. Because I need my hands in order to check the chains. All right, here we go. So let's go see what they did, and I'll check my chains. So first off, like you see this part, that's what was damaged on the other side. Yeah, this thing was bent, and there was a crack in there, and looks like the guy said he had to replace the light. I said why? He says it didn't work. So I guess the guy burned it with a torch, but I didn't say anything because I know it was working before. And so, wow, check this out. Oh yeah, this one is small. This was a small one. This was a small damage because I thought, how is this possible? Like all the boards look old. So the cost for the entire thing, for the floor and the welding on the corner was about 685 Canadian with tax. So Canadian dollar now is very strong. So in order to get US dollars, you have to multiply by, sorry, divide by $1.22. So wait a second, so they only changed 2 boards. So now they stick out a little bit, but that's fine. And they said over here that cross member was, you know, like here, the boards were sitting like this, and because they were broken, there was so much weight on the edge like this, so the sides got bent a little bit over here. So they had to fix them. I see they use new bolts. Oh, and they used a new bolt in here. I think it's good. But they said this 3 boards and that one cost 175 bucks Canadian. You know? And so now I'm going to Cal Tire. Oh, you see they managed to back in without, because I told them, I said, because I left the trailer like that in the fence, and I said I locked the booster, so if you guys need to back, be my guest. And so they backed, but of course now this other one will be stuck. Yeah, I knew it, because normally you can, oh, and I dropped the air here, so I have to put the air in. And so yeah, I'm replacing one tire for sure. I think it's this one. Oh, I thought this was a coin or something. Now how do I get out of here? I gotta turn. So I'm replacing one tire. I'm pretty sure it's this one because it has the inside, the thread is already showing. And so Friday the Cal Tire shop received 2 tires, 2 Saloon tires. I told them let's get 2 because there was another one somewhere here pretty bad, but I'll ask them. I'll say, hey, can this wait one more trip, because I don't want to I just spent 680 bucks on this. Those tires are actually pretty cheap. They're like 300 Canadian. But you know, 2 tires with installation probably gonna be what, 300 for one, 300 for another, plus probably, I don't know, 100 bucks for the install. All right, what's the temperature? The temperature is good. And in order for me to unlock the booster, I have to go this way, which I cannot do, right? Because if I go that way and then I unlock the booster, I will not be able to back, because this thing will start doing like this. All right, so let's go left, and then we'll straighten this thing. And so I'm booking a load looks like I'll be going to New Jersey. All right, let's go see if this maneuver unlocked the booster. So yeah, today's gonna be a busy day, so I'm gonna go and change. Oh yeah, you see. Perfect. Now all we have to do is just put the air back in. And I discovered a funny thing I wanted to show you guys. Each time I push this, I noticed that there was hardly any air in the airbags ever since, because this is my new axle, right? And most of these axles, like all these flip axles, they have that. You see that switch over there? It has to be like that in the lock position, which kind of like seems counterintuitive, but if you turn it like this, that means that you override the suspension. When it's up in the position 90 degrees, it means that all the axles are using the height information from a single point, kind of like a master right height stick, right? And so I did the same here. I made sure that this thing was up like this at 90 degrees, but nothing was going in the airbags, you know, unless I did like this, you know, and then I had to stop it, because that's just manual. You can put the air in and then you just close it. And then I thought something was wrong. I thought I would ask these guys, you know, on the weekend to fix it. And then I started looking around, and check this out. There's you see this yellow thing over here? This thing was up at 90 degrees. Like my other axles don't have that. And so as soon as I put that like that, parallel to the hose, the air started going in. And if I look at the color of that pipe, of the hose, it's black. It's black, which means that, yeah, it's the one that goes in the suspension, you know. So without that, there was actually no, I did 2 or 3 trips and I had no idea that I was just using the manual suspension, like, you know, I was just, but it's because these are brand new airbags, there was no leaks, and I was checking airbags at each stop. But now I see, yeah, this one, see, this has to be like this. So if this is like this and that one is 90 degrees, that means that this axle is trying to equalize itself with this. It uses the right height information from this. So that's how it should be, right? And by the way, this one, why is this one down? I mean, wait, this one is supposed to be, this one is supposed to be, that's one of my bad, yeah, this is over there, this is that bad tire. I have to that's what I did over here. I did like this. And then I locked I lock the airbags so they cannot inflate. Then I did the same here, right? And then the magic happens when we reinflate the suspension. So now this goes up, this stays without the air because this thing is open, and I locked the hoses that allow air to enter the airbags, right? So no air can go in, and you see right away it starts. So this goes in the air, and yeah, this one definitely needs to be changed. That's why I lifted up. I think it was this one. I saw, yeah, see? I don't know if you guys can see, but you see this glistening thing? That's the cord. That means that that tire is done. And I think over there it's the second axle, but I'll ask him. So one job is done, the floor is fixed, the bent corner is fixed, the light is changed, which worked fine before I came here. But it's fine, I don't care. If anybody from Transaxle is watching, I'm just pulling your leg, guys. I don't care about that stupid $5 light. I was very concerned about the deck, and you guys did a great job, so thank you very much. So if anybody from Ontario needs a good work, some good you know, truck or trailer repair, this is where I would go. I think the rate is still I forget, 90 bucks an hour or something like that. All right, now the last obstacle is just to get out of here without killing too many freight brokers, because I'm about 92 feet long. See, the booster makes it so much easier. If I had a quad in the back right now, it would be much harder. So now I just have 3 axles on the ground, 2 front axles on the trailer, and the booster. That's it. Axle 3 is in the air, so that's now my preferred method of trucking when I'm empty. So the last sharp turn. Okay, I got my phone, I got my bag. So yeah, this was bad. This was better than I expected in terms of money. I was afraid it would be over $1,000. So 685 Canadian after tax. So whatever 13% tax is inside this 685, I'm getting it back next month from the government. And when I do my HST harmonized sales tax return, I do them monthly, and so every month Canadian government gives me back somewhere around, usually around $1,200–1,300 bucks Canadian, because that's what included in my, you know, truck payment, trailer payment, my parking space payment. They all have HST, or 13% sales tax, and whenever that sales tax is business related, in my case trucking related, I can claim it. And not just as a business expense, but I can claim it for 100% refund. You guys don't have that in the States, but of course you don't have this crazy 13% tax either. But that kind of acts as a form of savings, you know. So I just did my return for May over the weekend, so I'll be getting a cool $1,000 probably in a couple of weeks, you know, which always it's never something that I can sneeze at. It always helps with bills, with fuel, with permits. And so last day of July I gotta be in Maryland for a court session. So that'll be interesting. We'll do a separate series. Russian truckers, no, Russian-Canadian truckers against Maryland DOT. So it'll be a special where new developments would be reported on an hourly basis. But my lawyer is not easy guy to buttonhole to find. Last time I called his cell number, I got an interesting message saying that check your number. This number does not seem to be assigned. I hope he didn't disappear on me after I gave him $3,000 as a fee for his services. But we'll deal with that bridge in July when we come to it. You know the saying, right? So right now I just need to be able to make this turn, and these guys don't make it easy. Like, there's always traffic here, so you pretty much have to wait till it's amber or yellow. So some guy left a comment on my music channel. Are you married? Do you have children? I said, you go first. And the guy says, yeah, I've been married 52 years. I have 3 daughters. And I wanted to say something funny. Like, how come you're such a low producer? You know, only 3 daughters in 52 years? Like, if I was married, I would probably have 10 daughters, right? But people leave all kinds of stupid comments and questions, you know, totally unrelated to the topic of the channel. Like, the topic is music. The guy is asking me if I'm married, if I have children. Like, if the topic of the channel was fucking music, accordion, ensemble, you know, band, right? I say, hey, this channel is about 20 people playing accordion, right? And I say, okay, this is Alex, this is Vladimir, I'm Sergei, the leader of the band. Then I understand if you ask me, hey, are those your kids? And of course I would say, no, I found them on the street. They're all homeless, so they had nowhere to go. So, but I'm just kidding. But anyway, like, how in heck is it your business if I'm married or if I have children? Man. Don't get me started. Just please enjoy this free content and don't leave too many bad comments, or I will block your ass till 3005. Anyway, back to some positive stuff. So the trailer looks to be going almost straight, which is always good. But I stopped worrying about that a long time ago, because as a friend of mine says, he says, when you have multiple components, like now I have a Stinger, right? Stinger, trailer, truck, and then you put the Jeep in the mix. He says his experience is that very rarely the entire thing will be straight as an arrow. There's always some off track somewhere, you know? Like especially when you load it, if the machine is slightly to one side, right, and the road has a hump down this way, then the trailer might be going a little bit sideways because of that, you know, because there's more weight on this side, so these tires have more friction, more traction, right? So the trailer might go like this because the right side will be going slower than the left side. But anyway, this was a good start to the morning, because I had no clue that these guys were done with my trailer. Because when I talked to the transaxle Monday, I said, can you give me like an ETA? I'm not pushing you, I just need to know when the truck will be ready so I can start looking for a load, you know, when people, so I know what to tell people, you know, they say, hey, when can you pick up? I have to know when my truck is gonna be ready, right? And so Phil from Transaxle says, well, we were not able to find the boards. We only found them late night yesterday, and they told us the boards will be ready for pickup Tuesday. So he says, I'll let you know when the truck is finished, well, when we have the boards. And now I started talking to one of the brokers I worked with before, and she says, when can you pick up this load in New Jersey? And I said, let me talk to the shop where my trailer is getting new boards in the floor. And so I emailed them this morning. I'm sitting at Starbucks, you know, just about to go on my load board to start looking for a load. And then this lady emails me, so now I might have a load, right? So I emailed the shop, but again, so instead of typing, he calls me back and he says, oh, Sergei, we were able to pick up your boards Monday night, and the guys, they stayed a bit longer. They stayed after hours to install those boards, and he says we straightened those bent cross members on the passenger side. And he says, basically, your truck is done. It was done yesterday. I said, wow. And did you guys fix the broken corner? He says, yes, we did. And so I took my car to my parking lot and parked the car, called the Uber. The Uber was from Cambridge to Aberfoyle or Guelph. It was $28 because it's like 20 kilometers. But it was cool. I like Uber. You know, you don't have to deal with payment. Everything is done through the app. Some cool lady showed up in a decent small SUV, picked me up, took me over there. And so now you see me driving my monster Terminator unit number 305 to get new tires. So now I just hope that, so the day started so nice, so the truck was ready ahead of time. The bill was smaller than I was afraid it would be. Like I said, I was afraid it would be over $1,000. I thought, what if it's like $2,000? You know, like I can pay it. It's just that, you know, it's a lot of money, even though it's Canadian dollars, right? And the bill was $685, including the tax. Thanks again, Transaxle, for a good job. So now, I hope this trend, this positive trend, will continue with the tire situation. So I definitely need one tire, and I'm gonna ask their advice about the second tire on the passenger side. I'm pretty sure it was on the passenger side. It was the same. It's because I was late changing shocks, you know, and so I damaged a few tires because of bad shocks. So if I can get away just with one tire, I'm gonna do that one, because that's gonna be 300 for the Saloon 275mm trailer tire plus install. So probably I'm guessing $400 plus tax, about $500 just for one tire. And somebody noticed that I have those ugly wheels all of a sudden in the middle on the trailer. It's because we gotta slow down here. Yeah, it's because again, because of this this tie actually that's now on the inside. It used to be on the outside, and so I just put it inside. I paid the guy. Last time I was getting a new tire at that Kel tire, I asked him, can you swap them and put that one on the inside? And so since that did not help, so maybe now I'll ask him to swap them back. Because yeah, those wheels, they look ugly. Alright, I think I'm taking the Hespler Road exit. Yeah, this is the exit that I normally take. So I'm still thinking, if I get this load, I'm still thinking, shall I, like I have the Jeep on the deck, right? Shall I take the Jeep with me? But this is in New Jersey. If you're over 100 feet long, you need the pilot. And I don't know, I need one pilot anyway because I'm gonna be over 14 feet. So I'll have to confirm that. Because they say this machine is 95,000 pounds, so it's pretty heavy. And if I go like this with the long neck but without the Jeep and the Stinger 3+1, because yeah, there's no way I'm disconnecting the Stinger. I went through this. Like I said, I don't want to do it, even though I don't need it technically, right? In New Jersey and in New York and Pennsylvania, but that place where I'm going, I was there before, it's super tight, very tight, and the Stinger is your friend, you know, in a situation like that. Oh, check this out. The oh, it's F-17, like the first three characters on the guy's plate are F-17, but to me it looked like the Russian letter G or G. G17, and I'm thinking, wait a second, that's the model of the accordion I want to buy. Like, I'm telling you, I've been going crazy about these accordions because I really want to learn one. And this green basic accordion I just bought last week, it's on the way to here, to Canada. I should get it probably by the time I come back from New Jersey. I should have it. I'll do like unboxing and a demonstration on my music channel. So if somebody's into you know, these old school instruments, check it out. But you see, just to give you an idea, right? So I'm looking at the license plate and I see a model number of an accordion, even though it's not G17, but from afar it looks like the Russian letter G. And Russian G is just like one stick like this and then one bar like that, you know, kind of like a L, you know, like letter L. If you put it upside down, that's the Russian G, like gvost, nail. The first character is G, gvost. So basically, if you know English L, you already know a Russian G or G. A, B, V, G, D, E, J, Z, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, R, S, T, U, F, H, C, Ч, Ш, Щ. Твердый знак, мягкий знак, Э, Ю, Я. That's a abbreviated version of a Russian ABC. So, what's going on over here? Oh, and last week I did not do a video about this, but I did another quick mod to my Challenger because I remember I ordered, thanks to the guys that made that suggestion, they said, you know, what part to buy, so I bought that skip shift eliminator, like a harness, like this much. It was like 20 bucks, but shipping was like 50 bucks because I couldn't get it in Canada. I had to ship it from US. And then I needed, because my car is so low, I cannot climb under the car, and I don't have a pit in my garage or in my house, for the simple reason that they said I was too old to buy a house, so I don't have a house. But they said I was okay buying a truck, so there you go. But the truck cannot help me to put in a harness in my super low car. And so I went to a couple of shops. I said, guys, can you install this? I have the instruction. It will take you 5 minutes. Just unplug the factory harness from the front of the transmission, plug this one end of this new one in, and then plug the end of the factory harness into this one. And that would kill that skip shift feature of my training. And the guys were, everybody was too busy, or, you know, call us 2 days later, call us in 2 days. And so I went and I did that trip with a Fuchs 360 machine, right? And I stopped by the OK Tire again. Yeah, you see they're widening the highway over here. 349, that's a big mother. And so I went back to OK Tire, and the guy said, I think I booked an appointment. I booked an appointment for 10 o'clock, I think Monday or Friday. I forgot, but anyway, one of these days. And I went in there early. The guy said, oh yeah, we have a open hoist. Somebody, we finished with somebody earlier. I said, cool. So they put the car on hoist. 10 minutes later, it was all done. And of course, the danger with that skip shift eliminator is that there's two harnesses like that. They're very similar on the transmission, and the instruction sheet was very clear about this. They said, don't hook it up in the back of the transmission because that's your reverse gear thing. So if you hook it up in there and they look exactly the same, you will lose the reverse, the ability to reverse. And I told them about this, and the guys, and then the guy, you know, put the car down when everything was done, and he was backing out of the shop, and I see everything is working. The white lights are on in the back. And I told the clerk, I said, okay, at least he can back, which means that he used the proper connector. And the mechanic came out with a bill to give to the clerk, and he was asking me, so he says, so what is this? Why did you have to install it? I said, well, it's because this car from the factory comes with a nice little feature which in some situations will not allow you to go from first gear into second or even third. And he says, really? Why did they do that? I said, I'm guessing they're trying to make people save fuel. But then I said, if you buy a car like this, the last thing you're worried about is fuel. And they all started laughing, because yeah, you don't buy a Challenger with 500 horsepower 6.4 liter V8 to drive economically, right? See, I was the last guy on the ramp, and so I put on my lights because I was afraid that somebody would hit me. And so the guy behind me in a red F-150 had to brake real hard. I think otherwise he might have hit me, you know? All right, so this is another one of those tight spots, but again we have the stinger, which should make things easy. And so yeah, this thing is 95,000 pounds, right? If I drop the Jeep, the Stinger adds 4,000. Like, I know with the quad I'm 60,000 pounds. The truck, short neck, regular neck, and the quad, 4 axles, I'm 60,000 pounds. If I have the Stinger, that metal spreader piece, that adds 4,000 pounds. I'm 64, right? And then I have a long neck, which weighs over 1,000 pounds, that I have on now, that I need for the Jeep. And so if I leave the Jeep, I'm 65,000. 65 plus 95 is 160.